guys, Dennis here in Muddy Water Search and Recovery. We have Megan behind the camera right now, and we have Chrissy who is going to be acting out our reenactments. As you've seen in our thumbnail and in the video description, viewer discretion is advised because we are doing reenactments to help us all determine if Alex actually committed suicide or if there's more to this story. To give you a rundown, it is less than 20 degrees outside. There is roughly a foot of snow on the ground. According to the law enforcement reports and the coroner's report, or the doctor with the autopsy report, Alex allegedly walked 10 miles from his house to the spot where he was found, double layered in clothing, with asthma to where he needs an inhaler to walk around the block during good weather. He did not have his inhaler with him. So they believe he walked 10 miles like that to get to where he was found. Today we are going to reenact the way that law enforcement and the doctor who done the autopsy say Alex would have, lack of a better way of saying it, commit suicide. Stop right here real quick. We will be saying suicide a lot in this because this is what we are reenacting to try to determine what happened. So again, viewer discretion, we will be speaking of things that are not comfortable. So with this, Alex would have had his left feet crossed at the ankle. He's right-handed. His left hand would have been in his sweatshirt pocket. The firearm, which we are using a drill, would have been to his right temple. Now, according to their report, he would have shot himself in the right temple and come out the left. The number one problem with that we have consulted with firearm specialists. One of our viewers who is really helping on this case has also consulted with firearm specialists. They said the entrance hole was 6.5 by 6.0 centimeters. The exit hole was 1.5 by 1.0 millimeters or centimeters, and that it was straight across through here. Our first problem is this hole is going to be smaller than this hole. Everybody knows this. Why they got it backwards in the report, I don't know. But that's the sizes of the holes that they reported. Alex is 90 pounds. Freezing cold, double layered. The 9mm is a 15 ounce. The 9mm he had that night was 15 ounces, had a 3.5 inch barrel. That may not sound like it weighs a lot, and quite honestly, it don't. And you got a 9mm round in here that's going to come out with force and cause recoil. So Chrissy doing the reenactment, if this was a real 9mm and she fired it, the recoil is going to jerk the gun up. Meaning it's going to go in here and it's going to exit out up here toward the top of the left side of her head, not through the temple. So to show you this, Chrissy is going to reenact as if this is really what happened.
Again, viewer discretion is advised. We ready?
And as you can see, the firearm initially bounced off of her and then landed here. In a foot of snow, that gun would have stuck there, it wouldn't have bounced. So the gun would have stuck here, and it is not against her. In the report, the firearm was found frozen against her. Her hand basically landed in the same area that they reported finding the arm and hand. That's consistent. The gun being under the right elbow and frozen to the body, this is not consistent with that. And we have done this multiple times, and this is what we're getting. So you take this with the fact the entrance wound and the exit wound size is completely off, and then factor in the recoil and all of that, I can tell you 100% this is not how Alex met his demise that night. So we started looking at different options of what else could have happened to have caused this. So in order to make sense that the entrance hole, or the hole on the left side is smaller, hole on the right is bigger, tells us this is the entrance. So we're going to do this to where she uses this firearm, turns her head to come in through the left and try to exit out the right.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
And as you can see here, she can get this position setting in a warm living room. Keep in mind it's cold out there. He's in a foot of snow, double layered. This is still somewhat angled. You're not going to come straight out the right temple. But you factoring in the recoil, it's going to come up this direction, the entrance, and you're going to exit back up in here. So you're not even in the front of the head no more. So we're going to let her go ahead and reenact this.
From this position?
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes. And as you can see with this, the gun does not even land on the right side of the body. And again, multiple times we have done this and we're getting the same results. This time the gun's on the left side. In all the reports from city police, the county police, detectives, and the coroner, the gun was on the right side of the body. I can tell you after consulting with firearm specialists, doing our reenactments, reading these reports, and just our common sense of being around firearms for all of our lives, I am confident enough to tell you this did not play out the way that it's in the reports. And I'll be honest with you, nothing with this points to suicide to me.
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
I asked his mother, and let me dig into this a minute. They brought a tracking dog in shortly after to try to follow Alex's trail from the house because they had not located him yet. The tracking dog picked up Alex's scent and went down the road with it and then completely lost his scent. That tells me if the dog was on it that strong and then nothing, Alex did not keep walking. He got in the vehicle. So I asked his mom, is there anybody that you could think of that would pick Alex up that night? There is a possibility. I'm not going to go into who or what or how or why, but there is a possibility he was picked up by somebody. There is somebody who could have. I believe he was picked up. When they found him, and go ahead and lay back down again,
You want it on?
and this
doesn't
time on the
matter?
right side,
Okay.
if it would have played out the way that they mentioned, go ahead and set up again, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And the firearm was up here. This is a semi-automatic, meaning when you shoot the gun, it's going to eject the casing, put a new round in. So when she's shot, it's going to eject your round over that direction. The forensics team reportedly brought out metal detectors checking in the snow for the empty shell casing, and they did not find the empty shell casing, even with the metal detector in the snow.
Can you give a rough estimate about how far it might have shot out, give or take?
That really
Just
depends. It could be, if it arched, if he had the gun angled, it's going to depend what angle the firearm was.
Right.
On height, it's going to come shorter. If it's less angled, it's going to go out
Right.
further.
Yeah.
But it could be, it could be up to 10 feet, give or take some. But they searched that entire area and did not find the shell casing. My question is, if they believed that he shot himself the way it's in the report, then they're looking in this area for a shell casing and there's nothing. I would like to know if they looked on the left side of the body for the shell casing, and I cannot find that in any reports, but you would think that they would to be thorough. But the fact is, there's no shell casing on site here. Nothing measures up to Alex taking the shot himself at this site. His mother made the comment she felt the body had been posed in this position. One member of law enforcement agreed with her the body looked posed, but then said with new information that come forward, he didn't believe so, but he never would let them know what that new information was. My opinion is they're looking, see Alex had a history of suicide and this was written off as suicide. We want your feedback on this.
Yes.
Let us know what you think, your thoughts on this. If you need us to redo a reenactment or do something different, let us know. Because we have 1 week, next Saturday, 8:30 p.m., we're doing a live feed that's only going to feature this case, where we can discuss this back and forth with you guys and hopefully determine, is this suicide? With that, send us the information. Let us know if you need anything from us on this. We will, if we have to do another video, we will. And we will all get this together and figure this out together. Chrissy, is there anything you would like to add?
Well, I tend to have anxiety, but this just spiked it through the roof. This was one of the most difficult things I've ever had to do, and to think that that poor kid did this to himself, no. Just because he was a depressed kid or whatnot does not mean this is how it ended for him. He was trying to manage his depression and his anxiety and so on and so forth. Alex didn't kill himself. He was killed. That's me. That's how I think about it.
And Megan, what are you thinking on this?
Honestly, I agree with Alex's mom. The more we reenact it and everything, he had to have been posed. There's no other way for this to happen because we've done this multiple times. Every single time is different. And just the way they found him was just so perfect that I just...
Okay, and Chrissy, why don't you go ahead and cross your ankles again and hand in and go ahead and lay back.
All the way down?
But slide the gun under your right elbow. Let's put you in the position they say they found him in.
Under my right elbow.
This would be under your right, and this right here is how they reports show that they found Alex. Nowhere in any of our reenactments, and you've seen a couple on here, this is 2 out of hundreds that have been done on this. This is, none of it ends like this.
No.
And we would be more than happy to do a video where we do this 20, 30 times in a row to show you the consistency of being not this if you need us to. But we do not get this in any of our reenactments. The closest one is the first one where she tried to portray through the right side and out the left. But as we've covered scientifically, that's not possible with the size of the entrance and exit. I also do want to make clear that that during the autopsy, they did not find any fragments of a bullet inside the head, which tells us, this wasn't any kind of hollow point, self-defense round, nothing like that. It sounds most likely like a solid core target load, basically. That's usually what I'm shooting out of my firearms, the target loads. They're a little bit cheaper. Self-defense, they're going to get the job done just as quick. So this tells me this is basically a solid core target load. And those are going to mushroom. And some people, well, it's not going to mushroom as much. No, it's not. It's not going to mushroom as much as a hollow point. But it is still going to mushroom. The exit is still going to be significantly larger than your entrance hole. And we grew up around firearms. We already know this, but we did contact and consult with firearm specialists, professionals who know their stuff, and they agree 100% with this.
Yep.
My opinion, this is not suicide.
No.
My opinion, they need to reopen this case and find who murdered Alex. With that, send us your feedback. Let us know what you think. Stay safe. We'll see you down the road.